From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's the week of Friday, October 21st, 2016, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and this week's show is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a landing page, a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, or an online store, it's all included with your Squarespace website. Creating a website with Squarespace is simple, it's intuitive, and it's easy. You can add and arrange your content and features with the click of a mouse. You get a free custom domain when you sign up for a year of Squarespace.
Yes.
And they have beautiful templates with no plugins, just all the functionality you need, even for like high-end commerce stuff.
Yeah.
Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code RELEVANT to get 10% off your first purchase. It's free to do it. You can just go there and like be playing around and build your site. But when you decide to sign up for Squarespace, use offer code RELEVANT, get 10% off your first purchase. Yeah.
The problem I fixed this time was because of thanks to all you guys telling me, you don't have to keep it whatever your domain name is /squarespace.com. So this time I removed that. It's just straight the domain name.
I get a free custom domain.
Because they're giving you so much, I thought you had to keep /squarespace.com as part of like the advertising. No, you don't. It's amazing.
It's hard. It's really hard to imagine that a good company is a great company.
I used to own chickenfight.com.
Did you?
If I let it go.
Oh.
I bought it in the 90s.
Did you let it go, or did someone?
Well, I bought it in the 90s.
Purchase that?
If you remember, domains cost $75 a year. Wow. And so but in the 90s, domains were available.
Yeah.
So I was going through like finding common phrases and words and just buying them and sitting on them. Because maybe one
Online real estate.
I'll launch chickenfight.com.
You are the weirdest.
Yeah,
you are
that's
so
amazing.
interesting. I feel like every once in a while I get a little peek into a whole
I had
new
70
closet.
domains. I had
Yeah,
70
he
domains.
was squatting.
See, it's like I knew that there were people out there like that did that. I just didn't know that I actually knew someone that did that.
But I never squatted on them like for money. I always thought, well, what if I wanted to launch something on this one day?
So hypothetically,
Chicken Fight.
if someone came to you looking for chickenfight.com, you would negotiate a fair deal, but that wasn't your plan.
No. I don't know that I would even consider selling it. I would be like, no, well, I want to do something with chickenfight.com.
Name me a thing you do with it.
I don't know. I would like, that's so
But here's the
weird.
thing, Eddie. How much is he going to regret coming up with a cool idea involving chicken fighting and not have a domain
That's a great point.
to promote it?
Yeah. So I finally, the renewals would come up. I'm a young person, and that's a lot of money. And so the renewals, I held it for 3 years, and then after 3 years, I didn't do anything with chickenfight.com, and the renewal was coming up, and I was like, I'll just let it go. Within the year, Burger King announced their new chicken sandwiches and launched the entire campaign at chickenfight.com. Burger King swooped in and bought it.
Yeah.
If I had just renewed it,
What on earth?
Or maybe they've been trying to release that for the past 3 years and they were waiting
They
for
were
you.
holding off on their big chicken sandwich relaunch until someone let go of chickenfight.com.
Exactly.
chickenfight.squarespace.com. I'm going to sit on it forever.
Inquire about this domain.
Like I said, I'm your host, Cameron Strang. Here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz.
You can also find me at chickenfight.com/Eddie.
Joining us in studio today, all the way from Loverland, Virginia. He's here in house. Jesse Carey.
Hello. Good news. Chickenfight.gov back on the market.
Over there on the ones and twos, our producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
And on the Skype line from Portland, Oregon, Joy Eggerich.
Yay.
Present.
I'm sorry, Joy Eggerich Reed.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've
I
Been a while.
watched it.
Yeah.
We have a great show coming up.
Yes.
This is a big deal to some
right.
people in the room. Our headline guest, Mr. Tim Tebow.
Oh, wow.
Tim's got a new book coming out this week, and Aaron, Aaron Hambury is our editorial director, and Aaron grew up in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes.
And Aaron, when he was interviewing here, kind of casually dropped, well, I'm childhood friends with Tebow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no, you're not.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it was for real. Like in fourth grade, we were like really close buds. And so this is the first time he can prove that, and he interviewed Tebow for us. So that's coming up later.
He has, for various points during his employment here, bragged about this and tried to use different things to like prove to me that he was very close with Tebow. And I was like, dude, what are you saying? You like knew him at one? He's like, no, dude. He's like, my mom used to babysit when we were toddlers. I have a picture of us bathing together as toddlers, and I'm like,
and he still
that's
looked
what he
like
leads
Tim
with
Tebow.
to prove the friendship.
yeah, he
was Adonis of a 3-year-old.
Same size.
And then he goes, then he said, oh, how about this? Tebow sent me and my wife a very nice wedding present a few years back, a picture frame, and I'm like, oh.
Tim Tebow did not send him a
That's
picture
what
frame.
I said. I said, you're saying that he went to
Target.
West Elm or
Yeah.
Target and picked out the picture frame. I'm like, well, is it hanging in your house with a picture of Tim Tebow? He goes, no, I dropped it and broke it as soon as it came in the mail. But still, Tim Tebow was thoughtful enough.
Yet, okay, so I have a question.
But it must not have been a very quality picture frame.
How
That's what I'm
hard?
saying. That's a $20 gift. That's not a good friend.
Yeah.
I'm not-
Yeah, an appliance. If Tebow was really Aaron's friend, he would have sent Aaron and his wife an appliance.
Right.
I think
if you're that level
One of those
famous,
$300 mixers.
you
the
get
old school looking
You
ones.
get a
Yeah.
Vitamix.
Yeah.
This is what you get.
The Vitamix.
But here's the question I have.
The blend tech that you put on the registry, knowing this is a lottery ticket here.
Yeah.
No one's getting
Only
this.
a multimillionaire athlete would get this.
Yeah,
free.
exactly.
And if I do, I'm returning it and getting my $400, and we're going to use that for other stuff.
Yeah, because I'd almost rather not get a gift than get a cheap picture
But
frame.
but here's the thing. Maybe his mentality. Maybe he was trying to go beyond the blend tech or something useful.
No.
And again, you're Tim Tebow. If you want to add value to this, you put your picture
Thank
of
you.
Tim Tebow in there and sign it.
Thank
and
you.
that $20 frame is now worth $250.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Yeah, if
Give a gift card or
if
something.
if they were really that close, it would be Tebow on a knee with Philippians 4:13 and eye black on.
Yeah.
Like, in the glory days of Florida, in a
Yeah.
cool picture frame that says "Congrats, guys."
Oh yeah, congrats guys. Love you, Aaron.
Yeah.
You know,
But here's
fun
the-
having baths, Aaron. You know, something.
Yeah, nice bathing with you.
Yeah,
Nice bathing with you, Aaron.
I miss bath time.
Love you guys.
Wish your mom would make us a snack again.
Yeah.
Bathe well.
Yeah,
Tebow.
but no, it was a thoughtless, cheap picture. But he's on the show today.
Yeah, if they were that good of friends, I mean, Aaron would have been. How quickly could you get someone who's in your phone on the show?
Tim, if this is
Oh
your
yeah.
first time listening to the
get 'em
Relevant
on.
podcast,
Oh, we have the
we're
Ask Shauna
actually-
button. That,
No problem. We have the button. You
Yeah.
would think. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't think they're that good of friends.
That's all I'm saying.
I think.
You guys realize that Tim possibly is listening to this podcast
Right.
now.
Go Gators.
Sure.
I went to Florida. He's the best.
Yeah, he did.
yeah,
He went to
nothing wrong with
Florida.
Tim.
My dad went to Florida. We're Gators here. We are pro Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
We're anti Aaron calling their relationship something more
Exactly.
than
This is on air, not Tebow. And plus,
No, we love Tebow.
We're adding a bit of intrigue to the interview because along with it being a great interview, he actually gets into, some professional issues and challenges that he's had and how they're relatable. There's a subtext here that we want you to listen to. Is this a conversation between two good old buddies?
Right.
Or is this another call on the press tour for Tim? Which he's great. Like I said, he's on TV. He's a professional. He's got a lot of really interesting things to say.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just saying, you get into the psychology of this.
All I know is
Yeah, there's people that analyze body language, but are there people that just analyze the audio conversations and can?
Well, I think everybody
today
listening
there
to the
is.
show.
all I'm
will
saying,
take
I
care of
don't do a lot of the interviews. But when I do an interview here, it's usually because I'm actual friends with the person, and I thought, hey, the conversation that we could have, because we're comfortable
it.
together.
Like when I sat down with Kevin Max of
Right,
DC Talk.
right, exactly. Like it would just be different than somebody coming in cold
Because we're friends.
So like we wanted Aaron to do the interview with Tebow.
Right.
So that's what you're listening for. Is this a question of like we've got
You
the history,
tell us.
we're comfortable, or is this I'm a journalist
Yes.
interviewing Tim
'Cause
Tebow?
I haven't heard it yet, but my guess is that it's Tim going like, no, yeah, so good to hear from you. You grew up in Jacksonville? Or you grew up? No, I totally. No. I totally remember you. Right, with the picture frame. and your,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, picture frame. I remember sending you that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So how's that thing we've talked about?
I think I remember people sending you that.
Yeah. How are?
So things are.
how about those memories?
So
from
Tim
back in the
Tebow's
day?
going on later, everybody. Stay tuned. We can't wait. This will be a fun segment.
Before we move on, I do have one question I want to address with Chandler. That's been bothering me since we got in here. He's drinking some sort of brown liquid out of a gigantic mason jar.
Yeah.
It's not a normal mason jar. It's like the
a big
jumbo
one.
mason jar.
Yeah, it's like that held
It's
big
like the
pickles
jug
at one time.
Yeah, it's like the jug mason jar.
That held like grandma's giant sweet pickles.
It is the Venti of mason jars.
What are you drinking? It's like some brown sludge.
It's cold brew.
Oh
Coffee.
gosh.
Oh, did you put cream
that
in it?
much.
Milk. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why
That
it's
much?
opaque.
Yes, correct.
Can I ask about the mason jar, because there's only after a jar has served its original purpose, which is to carry
it holds its mayonnaise, it's outta here.
yams or peanut butter or whatever.
Yams coming in.
Canned. Can't. Well, I guess
No,
you
that's
don't
a
even-
can.
You jar them sometimes. I don't.
Yeah.
This thing, I don't even know what you put in. I don't even know what mason jars. Whatever they
Pickles,
originate
relish,
for.
Yeah.
Pickles,
There you
relish.
go.
Yeah.
Pickled products.
Some
Pickled-
nicer
Yeah,
mustards.
it's for like pickling and
pickled
stuff.
things.
some fine mustards.
Jams.
You don't need that much mustard. Mustard things are small.
I agree, but
That's
I'm just saying
baby
sometimes
food
they come in
size.
a little jar.
Great Poupon, yeah. So, but the thing is, like, I'm of the thinking.
Jesse, I hate to interrupt. Joy, what are some of your favorite jarred products?
Well, I actually just pickled for the first time. So I've got cauliflower and carrots and onions. It's just a beautiful array.
I'm not. There's nothing
Wait,
that.
pickled carrots?
Yeah, tell us more.
It's really good.
Joy,
You know
this
what?
is your chance to
Mexican
interrupt
restaurants, they'll
him.
have
Just keep
pickled-
talking.
Can I be honest with you? Nothing about the pickling or jarring process sounds appealing in any way. But I will say that I think once a jar has served its purpose, and you have an empty glass jar,
Yeah.
Do you like
it-
pickles?
It has
I
one.
like pickled
I
garlic.
love pickles.
It has one purpose.
that?
And that purpose, the only acceptable purpose, in my opinion, bugs.
Bugs.
Fireflies, holes. If you let's say you found a cool let's say you found a cool tarantula,
Yeah.
like in Home Alone.
Yeah.
You're jarring that thing.
Where are you?
Till you
Whoa, whoa,
figure
whoa, whoa, whoa,
out.
whoa,
Till
whoa,
you
whoa.
figure out
No,
what your
not.
next move is.
No, you gotta
Until
get an
figure out the
aquarium.
next move.
You gotta get an aquarium for a tarantula.
Maybe eventually, you want to go plant it somewhere.
Do you put the mason jar like over the tarantula
Yeah,
and
and
just set
then
it
you
there,
move
or
it to
do
the
you
end of the
get it-
table. You slide. You put the cap on. You poke holes in it. Everyone knows
Yeah, I was
this.
gonna say the saran wrap with the rubber band in the holes.
Yeah. So, but the drinking large beverages out of mason jars has bothered me for a long time.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the lid is meant for sipping. I
Yeah.
mean, it's threaded.
It's not lip friendly.
Yeah,
it's got
it seems like
ridges.
it's gonna leak all over the place. I would just say this: when I go to any sort of dining establishment that serves beverages and they have something with mason jars on the menu, or if I'm at like a wedding, you didn't have mason jars at your
Wedding,
wedding,
yeah.
did you?
Oh, yeah, mason
If
jars
I'm
at
at a-
weddings
if
are so
I'm at
cool.
a
I'm
wedding,
glad that trend is
if
definitely.
I'm at a wedding and there's a mason jar, I'm telling Dan, grab the picture frame that we bought. We're leaving. You know what? Just break it on the way out. Just break it on the way out. We're leaving. I'm not drinking. People are dressed up here. That wedding gown costs like who knows, like $2,000, and they're serving us drinks out of old jars.
Oh, I
no,
get-
we're out of here. That's it.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
charming, Jesse. It's
Yeah.
old. It's
Rustic.
like
Yeah.
it's
I
an
disagree.
homage to
I disagree.
moonshine.
And yet you guys criticized me for having a fancy wedding.
No, I didn't
No, I
criticize
was-
you. I
yeah.
liked your wedding.
What are you talking about?
What the
We
heck?
like that you were like alt. Like Portland, you would think would be the home of the weird hipster
Yeah.
like
No.
DIY weddings.
Rustic.
You like went normal formal wedding. That was
yours
great.
Yours was elegant. There weren't people drinking out of things that once held unknown pickled products.
Right. Right. You served us and
But here's what I would say: when you're driving, Chandler, do you put the top on? Because
Yeah,
that is
absolutely. 100%.
There you go.
who
Yeah.
doesn't who drinks so slow that they need a top?
Well, that is a jug of coffee, though.
No,
I
see,
mean,
the thing is, I bring it into work, so like I have to, I'm driving here and I use the lid, and then when I get here, I drink it. It works great.
Just get
Well,
a
the only
coffee.
like I
a
said,
thermos.
Like
Just
I-
get a
like I said,
thermos.
if you
right.
had like that thing packed to the brim with fireflies and were making it like a cool lantern, you get a pass. You get a pass.
Understood.
All right, I have a
You're
follow-up.
drinking out of it.
I think I get the whole story. Who else drinks out of mason jars here that might be somebody? You see what I'm saying? This
you know who thinks mason jar coffee is quaint? The girls. The girls are like, look at that. He's a
love
sensitive soul.
You guys nailed it. That's
Look
amazing.
at
Look at the
how-
little
look how
style.
thoughtful
He
he
probably
is.
has tons of little succulents at home. And
oh, gross.
Little do they know, the rest of Chandler's jars have dead tarantulas in them. I forgot the holes. I forgot the holes.
Yeah, it's all right. We just wash it out. Yeah.
All right, well, moving the show along.
I made him my friend.
It's time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's time for.
In case you missed it.
Well, in case you missed it, this week, Carl Lentz, our buddy Carl Lentz, the pastor of Hillsong, New York, he was a guest on Oprah's show called Super Soul Sunday, and he talked a lot about Jesus. In an extended interview on the OWN show this weekend, he discussed misconceptions about the church, his own story, and the message of Christ. Here is a clip.
What I find interesting is that in everything that I've read, that it really for you is not about religion, but about, this is what struck me, and this is my real intention of having this conversation with you today. It's about your relationship with God.
Yeah.
So your goal is to transform the way people experience their relationship with God, would you say?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. I don't know, I don't have the power to transform it, but I pray that churches like ours can give people a clearer view of what this is, because I feel like people waste so much time, doing it in their own strength, and they can't figure out why it's not working. Our thing is to point people to say, hey, if you allow God, if you will bow your knee, admit your need of God, and if you do that and you say, Lord, here, there's a moment where my repentance matters, and it's right now. I am handing over the keys. If you do that, God can drive this better than you can.
Yeah.
I think the premise of Christianity is looking in the mirror going, all right, I'm not going to make it. I can't do enough. God, I need you. And in that moment, I believe there's a rescue, a salvation that you can't counterfeit any other way.
The series has had a ton of different thinkers on it from different worldviews and faiths, like Richard Rohr, Brene Brown, Anne Lamott have been on it.
Yeah.
Lentz is one of the most influential pastors in the country, and he explained to Oprah why his church's simple approach to the gospel is actually so central to the core of Christianity. Here's another clip.
I believe our church is a conversation conduit, where we're trying to teach people this is a conversation. You got to sit at the table here. I can't sit there for you. That's why Jesus came, is so you didn't need a priest in the middle. You don't need to go to a confessional booth. You can go straight to the source. I'm a preacher, but I'm not better than you. I don't know God better than you. I'm not closer to God than you. I just have a different title. You have every right where you are right now to turn and talk to God for yourself. And that's what I love about Jesus, is that he didn't just give you this impossible task, which is to love people and love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and leave you. Because the whole reason why you come to Jesus is you can't do it on your own.
I should say, too, if people want to watch the full interview, they can check it out on...
It's chickenfight.com /
I've been betting at chickenfight.gov. It's on relevantmagazine.com, as well as we did an article looking at 7 other of these interviews that have aired on Super Bowl Soul Stud.
So of Oprah preacher.
Yeah. So I mean, the Richard Rohr, Brene Brown, as Cameron was saying, also people like Rob Bell has been on there, but they're all really fascinating conversations. And just even though you may not agree with all of the theological leanings of the guest, she's a really good interviewer.
Oh man, she's
Oprah,
amazing.
Imagine that.
Yeah, but
she should do it professionally, you would think.
Yeah, you would think that this would all work out for her. But even someone like Carl, like, obviously he's someone who's like a really good speaker, but when you watch this interview, it's not just him talking points. He's addressing really thoughtful answers to difficult spiritual questions, and I think it kind of showed part of the appeal is he's able to answer them in ways that are both deep but simple.
A buddy of mine, I guess we posted it on Monday on our site. He came over that night, and he hadn't been to church in a while, a few years, and had never heard Carl speak, or he only knew him by kind of distant reputation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he watched the show that we posted, and he told me, he's like, man, this like I was really impressed with his theology, with his depth, and like it changed his opinion of what he thought Carl Lentz was about. Yeah. And Oprah drew that out. Like you kind of get this, like it was a substantive discussion that they had. It was really good.
Yeah.
In case you missed it, Lil Wayne almost became a Christian rapper. It came out this week.
Almost.
We were that close, man.
It would have been a dramatic turn. He has a new book that came out. It's called Gone Till November, a journal of Rikers Island, which recounted his 8-month stay at Rikers in 2010 when he was in for weapons charges, and the mental and emotional struggles he went through. So in the book, he says that he regularly received fan mail while behind bars. If you recall, he like wrote a ton of music while he was there, but he couldn't record it and stuff. So he would call. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
He had a mixtape come out right when he got out. And it was he would be calling from jail, rapping, and they'd be recording it in a studio, and then they'd release music.
This was the height of his. I read something that just during that 8-month stay, he made $20 million from royalties and album sales.
So, but one of the most moving letters he received was actually from a church. So the church said that he should consider making a change in his life and use his giftings to preach the gospel. Obviously, he never became a Christian rapper, but he said for a time he considered it. And he wrote in the book, I would truly have the power of having pop culture turn to God. I would have straight killers in church every Sunday. Weezy said that another personal epiphany led him to believe that he was on an artistic journey and that the change wasn't right at the time.
Yeah.
You know,
He hasn't totally ruled it out. I mean, you know.
yeah, it's that whole thing of like, well, one day I'll come back
Yeah,
to church. You
yeah.
know? All right, I'm excited about this one. In case you missed it, this week, Tracy Morgan, actor and comedian Tracy Morgan, appeared on The Breakfast Club, which is a kind of nationally syndicated morning radio show that on hip hop stations. And so last week I was taking Cohen to school and I was listening to it, and it's with Charlemagne the God and those guys, and Tracy Morgan was the guest, and so I'm just like listening to this interview, and he starts sharing about his journey since the tragic accident where his friend lost his life and Tracy's still recovering. He gave his life to the Lord, and this dude straight started preaching, ended the segment in prayer. And I was in tears. It was unbelievable, the witness that Tracy shared on the radio that morning. Here, I have two clips I want to share. Here's the first.
You know what I'm saying? My wife is a strong woman. She's the one that got that phone call that morning. Your husband has been in a terrible accident. Imagine that. Imagine you getting that call from your man.
No, I wouldn't want to.
So she's a young lady, and we had a baby, a little baby, and you know, here it is. Her king is down, but the kingdom was still standing. I love what she did. She told a lot of them doctors, no, you're not putting a hole in my husband's neck. No. 2 days later, I start breathing on my own. But he's an entertainer. You're not putting no trachea in his neck.
She just knew.
She know.
That's
she
dope.
Took care of daddy, and that's who you want to ride with. When you on your back, God got a way of showing you. He'll show you how you know. How you know? Be patient. He'll show you.
Right.
But you have to be patient. You don't got to make no moves. You ain't playing checkers. You playing chess. It take years for some moves to be made. God will show you. If you want to know, just pray. Get close to him. God, show me. Show me. Now, you better be strong if he show you. It might not go your way. Don't be mad. That's all a part of the plan.
There you go.
All a part of the plan. The accident, all that's a part of the plan.
Right.
God is a genius. All part of the plan.
Later at the end of it, actually, he closed the interview with prayer. Here's the clip.
Now let's end this with a prayer, brother.
My brother.
Yo, Jehovah, please watch over us. Please protect us. Please give us the strength. Please give us love. Please show us a different way in this world. Please guide us and protect us. In Jesus' name, Amen.
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 My
All right.
brother Tracy.
There you go. It's Tracy Morgan. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Well, and I just saw yesterday, I was driving, there was a big billboard that he's coming to do a stand-up, I presume, but the title, I forget what it was, something about the journey. So it seems like he's now on tour, and he's probably going to be preaching on tour.
It was powerful. I mean, it's just like one of those unexpected things. Like I'd never heard like Tracy came to faith, or I never heard anything like that. But he really credits like finding God in his faith, like for kind of getting him through, you know, on this other side. And it took a near-death experience and to kind of get his attention, you know. And he mentioned in the interview like he's been sober for 11, 12 years now, and he's like was trying to turn his life around. But then when that tragic accident happened, it was just like one of those things. Wake up like, I can't do this without Christ. It was crazy.
I like watching him in interviews now because, like, even when he's on like Fallon or something, he goes from hilarious Tracy Morgan doing his shtick to super serious, and clearly there's been substantial change in his life, and then right back to shtick. He's going back and forth. I kind of like I don't think he's trying. I think he's just a different person, but this new person is really interesting.
And
to
he's
watch.
still figuring out that skin and how to wear that skin too. Yeah, I agree. I catch the same thing.
Yeah, I'm Brian Fellows.
Well, that's the thing. Like he was on for probably 15, 20 minutes, and like it really was like uproariously hilarious. And then all of a sudden, like you could hear a pin drop.
But he's always been like that
and then,
too. You know, like that's always kind of been. He has this ability to like keep you on your toes. You know what I mean? I feel like that's part of why he's like a compelling figure and entertainer because you never know. Like he has this ability to really like be spontaneous and unexpected. And that was part of why even his character on like 30 Rock, every time he stole scenes, it was because you didn't know what he was going to say. But now that he's interjecting some depth into that, it really is like an interesting turn.
And the thing that struck me is when I was listening to it is almost like, wait, he's talking about actually like finding God. It's not just this like kind of like higher power thing, right? He's like actually talking about a life-changing encounter with Jesus. And then I kept waiting for the punchline. You know what I mean? And there was no punchline.
Yeah.
And that's why you could hear a pin drop. It was like, wait, he's being serious.
Yeah.
It was powerful. Anyway, in case you missed it, Pamela Anderson this week hit the news because she responded to critics who called her a hypocrite when she spoke out against porn. The former actress and Playboy model was recently a guest in the UK on a talk show called This Morning, and she faced criticism from that recent Wall Street Journal op-ed that we talked about where she called porn a public hazard of unprecedented seriousness. She responded in some very moving ways, which I'm not going to read on the show. You can read them actually on our website. We published a lot of her quote. But one of the things she says, I have some regrets in my life, and I also feel great that I have this perspective now, because I've been the product of this and treated like an object. I have an authority on the subject. For context, back in January, the Barna Group published the results of a large study on pornography and culture. They found that porn use is a massive and growing problem, even among Christians. The research revealed that a staggering 57% of younger millennials, 18 to 24, are seeking out porn at least once or twice a month. So...
yeah, she may be the perfect person to be
exactly.
speaking
It's
out.
like, I can tell you from experience how terrible this is. And some of the other things she said, which I didn't read, were really jarring. You know?
Well, but that's the point. Like she, you know, she's saying like, look, this isn't just, you know, some recreational thing or some trend. Like, you know, this is having real consequences.
this is
and the people
cultural
that have
decay.
been involved with it, you know, need to let people know that this is real, that this isn't just...
And I like that she was like, I'm an authority on this. Like, I actually really do have something to say. So
stay tuned. Up next, Slices. Listening to Sleigh Bells. The song is I Can Only Stare. Which happens to be quite good. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard One Republic still making music with kids. Those kids today. Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right, so we are in the midst of Halloween season.
Yeah, there's a segment coming up later specifically about that.
Yeah.
This is the last full episode before Halloween happens.
That's right. So
people, I mean, next week's show comes out before Halloween, but people may listen to it after Halloween.
And I feel like now is the time for your last minute preparations.
We do not condone Halloween. It's the devil's holiday.
Well, I celebrate it. I celebrate it in line with all the other holidays.
All the pagan ones. Christmas is pagan.
Right.
Yep.
Arbor Day.
Easter with so fertility rabbits.
Yep.
All pagan.
Well, when I say Halloween, here's the thing. When I say Halloween, I'm assuming people are automatically replacing. I'm just saying it for seekers.
Yeah.
For people that might be listening for the first time, trying to figure this thing out.
Those of you who are new here today,
yeah,
we're
for
just...
those of you, we call it harvest party.
Oh, man.
And listen, okay, you're going to ask me, what's the difference between your harvest party and Halloween party? Let me tell you, we got candy at our harvest party.
Yeah.
We got costumes at our harvest party.
Yeah.
We got fun. We got games. Does that sound like Halloween to you? Does that sound like Halloween? It's called a harvest party. There's no devil.
I got to tell you, I told myself no Southern pastor this week, and I'm not doing it, but he definitely calls it Halloween because he's
the
that
Southern
edgy.
pastor?
Oh, he's bringing it back to Halloween because he's just trying to bring people in.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah.
You think so? Because the devil's holiday.
Oh, man. Just come on.
There's witches.
It's just called Halloween. What's the big deal? I can't.
So it got, you know, I
myself.
actually have a twofer. They're both Halloween related, and they're both about your Halloween preparations. So I saw...
I do have an ironic Halloween party every year.
Yeah, so-
and ironic because we're a bunch of Christian kids just kind of celebrating Halloween. You know, like we wouldn't normally celebrate.
I mean,
the
there is a
devil's holiday.
sacrifice. You do sacrifice.
Oh, it's a whole week of dark training.
We keep it fun. We don't keep it dark. But you know, they go low, you go high. That's all I'm saying with the holiday. So culture's going low with Halloween.
Yeah.
I go high with Halloween.
Yeah.
But I have to prepare. So anything to help me prepare. You know, I got a party coming up. It would be helpful.
That's right. So, I saw something going viral-ish on Twitter about a kid who posted a hilarious picture of this incredibly terrifying figure. It's basically a skull with like a really tattered kind of ghost body cape. And he had said that his uncle was flying it around on
Very
a
much
drone.
a Grayskull from, what was that? He-Man.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like that guy.
It looks like a ghost with a...
So you go down to Party City and you can buy some of these Halloween things, like a ghoul to put on the wall. So it's a big mask and it's a draping kind of like ghosty
And
thing.
so this guy's uncle had attached it to a drone and was flying it around, scaring people, getting a lot of attention. And I thought, that is a fantastic idea. So I started going down this rabbit hole. It turns out I'm not the only one. Sam's Club. Okay, this is a mainstream retail outlet.
yes.
One of the biggest in the world, right?
Yeah.
Sam's Club right now has the ultimate party favor. You don't even have to have a Halloween party to have fun with this.
No.
Like, you could just mess with trick or treat. It doesn't even technically have to be Halloween for you to get a lot of use out of this. What they are selling is it's by a company called Wonder Tech. It's a ghost drone with an HD camera. So it has a tiny... So let me explain what this looks like. Imagine the ghoul that Cameron decides, but this one has skeleton hands that are reaching outward. Like it's going to try to grab.
got arms.
Yeah,
Grab you.
it's with skeleton arms, with skeleton hands. It has a terrifying skeleton face and like a draping, tattered ghost body. Atop of its
How
head.
big is it? Is it like hand puppet size or is it like
14,
human size?
14 feet.
It's I don't have the exact size, but
But it's like human scale.
yeah, it's like a small flying human. On top of its head,
It's like
Not
a
frightening at
small
all.
flying
on
human.
top, this one already comes pre-made. So on top of its head is a drone with like a little HD camera on there, so you can get a bird's eye
I just
view.
pulled up samsclub.com. It's right there.
That's what I'm saying.
Wonder
Okay.
Tech Ghost Drone with HD camera. Choose color. You can do ghoulish white or black. It's $175.
It's on sale right now for $170.
It's down from $250.
Yeah. So this is an incredible deal. And I watched some videos of people with a similar contraption in action. I mean, Cameron, I feel like you've had what's long plagued your house for a long time is people, teenagers, going to the park.
Oh, the park across the street.
Right across the street.
It's a den of iniquity.
That's right. They go there. They're away from the eyes.
It's
of
all
my-
dark at night. The park closes at 10, but they're still there in the shadows.
and
They're making out.
right in front of your home.
Right in the playground.
So
what
what-
kind of example, if my son was awake, what kind of example are those teenagers setting for my children?
Exactly. You don't want to see this, and you don't want to look out the window and see.
I feel personally responsible for what happens in that park.
And I feel like you've taken measures over the years.
We've lobbed water balloons at them.
You've disguised yourself as the hoodman.
I have. I've shined flashlights on them.
Yeah. So, by the way, the size is he's over 4 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
So that's like a small.
Yeah, that's what you
ghoul.
want your ghost.
I feel like that's actually more creepy than something that was an actual human size, just a smaller human.
Yeah, because it's
like
not a
weird
person.
ghoul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a 4-foot skeleton is 100 times scarier than a 5.5
Okay,
foot.
because if hypothetically, Cameron, I'm assuming yours, you're gonna go with the black one, right? The one
You gotta go with the black.
And
Yeah, because in the middle of the night.
Because in the middle of the night,
Because the face is still white.
that's right, and all they see is it. Because I watched some of this in action to see what the flying capabilities are. You might need to go out to a field and practice for a little, but I mean, like it can come from really high up and just swoop down to feet above the ground to chase people. I mean, you could use it to scare people away from the park. Let's say you're a cool Southern Baptist pastor and you're really ticked off at...
Can't bring me into this. I'm not doing
Let's say you're really ticked off at the Conservative Baptist church down the street.
Man, they're
and
wrecking it.
Because you're a progressive Baptist.
That's right. And you're thinking it's super lame that they're having all these people come to their harvest party. You got one of these bad boys buzzing around overhead. That'll clear that thing out.
Oh, yeah, totally. You are sitting in your Camry just with this thing on the side of the parking lot.
I actually think what would be more frightening is to wait, like buy it maybe a week after Halloween when
no
it's on
one's
sale
expecting
at
it.
Sam's Club. Wait till like Christmas time and just get people then.
But is there anything special about this particular drone ghoul situation? Because I have a ghoul
it's
from my
super
previous
scary.
parties. I have a ghoul. Could I just go get
Yes.
a drone?
Yes.
Because I don't know the quality of this
Yeah.
particular drone.
Yeah.
So maybe I go get a. I have never
don't-
flown a drone. Do drones, can they typically carry a 5-10 pound item?
I
like
think
this?
it depends on the drone.
On the drone.
But I do feel like it's critical. I do feel like it's critical you practice so that the first couple that's making out there, you don't just ram the ghoul into them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to pull back up at the right time.
You got to like graze them, but you pull
Exactly.
You don't want to knock them over.
Then it's just some crazy person flew a drone at me, and for some reason there's a ghoul sitting here too.
Well, then if I crash it into them, then the drone and the ghoul are laying on the ground next to them, and I have to go get it.
Yeah. Hey, please don't break the drone. And then you just
Whoa, coming, hold on.
You just gave them a sweet drone with a ghoul attached to it with an HD
Yeah,
camera. You just
basically,
gave it
'cause I
away.
can't- yeah.
So
I
all their
gotta-
knowledge is you're gifting it to them. You're ramming. Yeah.
Hey guys, here you go.
Yeah. But that's not all. Like, you're preparing for a party.
Yeah.
A key part of a party is
Right.
candy,
Right.
Halloween candy. So a recent survey looked at 40,000 people across the country to determine what the most popular candies are in each state. Now, Cameron, I don't know. I'm assuming most people going to your party, a lot of them are from Florida. So you're going to want to know what that is.
But nobody's actually like from Florida. Very
Yeah.
few people.
So there's a new map of the United States that maps all of the random candies that people like across the United States. A lot of them are pretty respectable. You know, you got your Twizzlers. You've in Oklahoma. You've got Nestle Crunch down here in Florida.
Which just surprises me because they
Yeah.
melt so easily.
Well, in Oklahoma. Oh yeah, that's true.
And it's
Virginia,
It's a little
Reese's
fruity.
Pieces.
It's a little fruity. Twizzlers are just a little fruity for Oklahoma.
I wonder if that's where they're made. There's
Like
always
a hometown?
there's an origin story.
I
Usually.
don't see. That's the thing. I think this just comes down to personal taste. Here's what I found disturbing, because they asked this just this past week. There are several states that chose candy corn as their favorite candy, which to me, this is a red flag. These are like states we don't even want to visit.
I like candy corn. I don't like a lot of candy, but I can pop a couple candy corns.
Here, okay, if
Cameron, you should try this. I don't think I like candy corn either, but my mom puts out a bowl of candy corn with salted, like roasted peanuts. Those two together taste like a Baby Ruth. So
Savory
good.
and
Now,
sweet.
can we just real quick? We're not talking about the mix with like the candy corn that looks like little pumpkins.
Yeah, I don't
Those
think
are awful.
Yeah.
No, those are terrible. I'm talking about the actual candy corns that
Pure
look like
candy
bad
corns.
teeth, like rotting
And
teeth.
they have to be Brock's candy corn.
Of course.
Right, like, okay.
Rotten teeth candy corns.
my thing is if a candy is shaped like or named after a vegetable, it is discounted. It's like drinking coffee out of a mason jar. You took like a good premise and you just ruined it. But Oregon, Wyoming, Tennessee, Texas, and South Carolina all chose candy corn.
See, it surprised me about South Carolina. That's interesting. I would have thought they were more like a Snickers state.
Yeah, they're all candy corn. This is the ultimate red flag was as if we needed more reason not to go to Louisiana. Okay, like if you need another reason to steer clear, they are the only state in the country that chose Swedish fish.
What? That can't be.
They don't even deserve to be
That's
in the
like
United
a novelty
States.
snack.
That's like a European thing.
It's
That's
like
all
a prank. It's a
expensive.
prank snack. It's like if a kid wants candy, he's like, please give me candy.
that
And you
be?
don't want to have any more candy. You're like, sure, you can have all the Swedish fish you want.
No, I give them black licorice jelly beans.
How can that be?
That did not make the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was Hawaii?
I would have thought Swedish fish or something would have been Hawaii.
Okay, you know what's weird about Hawaii? They chose one that I didn't even know was a candy anymore. The 100 grand bar.
What?
Yeah.
The 100 grand bar.
My theory is because I haven't seen a 100 grand bar. It's probably been 10 years since I've been at 7-Eleven. It's like I've been actively looking for them.
I've never had a 100 grand bar.
Yeah, and
me neither.
Because if I'm in the mood for a candy bar, I'm going to
you're
go
not
with.
buying it
There's
there.
15 other ones I would pick first before I want to experiment with a 100 grand bar.
Right.
So here's my theory is that they stopped being produced long ago. And like the final shipment, like there was like a container ship coming from the processing plant from like China.
Right.
And like they got the call and we're like, hey, listen,
Right.
no one likes these 100 grands anymore. Like,
Like,
it's
we
going to
don't-
cost us too much to get them up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Just dump them at the closest stop, and it was Hawaii.
Yeah, they're
and they're
halfway.
just sitting.
They're
You know
everywhere.
what I mean? They've saturated the market.
It's currency over there.
Well,
Yeah, Yeah,
Was it
they
100
literally.
grand?
It's literally. Yeah, you use
anybody-
it to buy homes over there.
Or maybe the Hawaiians got it confused for currency, and they thought this item is actually worth $100,000.
Yeah,
I bought this house with.
Two
Yes.
candy bars.
Some wires got crossed along the way, and they think it's actually.
It's like they think it's like a gold bar. A gold bar is worth X amount of
these-
dollars.
they're not
These
eating
things are
them.
worth $100,000.
They're not eating them. Yeah, it's
They've
like
never opened it.
exactly.
They
There's
think
a-
it's gold inside the wrapper.
There's a lot of stale on, and they're really hard to find. So I mean, they are relatively rare.
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's wrapped gold nuggets.
The only logical conclusion is that the wires got crossed with the current who's ever over currency, and that's what they've been using for a while. I think you could really impress some people at your party if they're Hawaiians. Just if you
Pretty
put a
hard to
couple
get
of
'em.
these, put a couple of these in the mix.
Yeah.
Because they'll be
So-
hard to get.
Were you guys candy savers after Halloween, or did you eat it all?
You ate it all.
We know you ate it all.
You ate it all within a day and a half.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually, contrary to how I appeared as a child, I would say I'd do like one little piece a day. But I had one friend who wouldn't eat her candy at all, and like come the next year, there was still like her pillowcase full of candy. Like she just never touched it.
What's
Weird.
the point of that?
She just didn't like
I know.
candy, or she just was so
No,
like
it was like this
depression era.
hoarding mentality. Yeah. She probably thought she could barter with it. I got a few $100,000 in here.
The other disturbing thing is West Virginia didn't even understand the question. They chose Oreos, which clearly isn't even a candy.
It's a cookie.
Something happened there. They didn't understand what they were being asked, and a lot of people chose Oreo. So
What's your favorite candy? What's your favorite candy?
me,
Are we really asking this? Are
Yeah.
you're actually asking.
Yeah.
it depends on the mood, but I mean, people, it's no big secret. I though since our Nicolas Cage watching marathon, I balled up one or a package of one and ate it one the size of a softball. I haven't eaten any, but peach rings are my go-to.
Oh, really?
Love peach rings.
I
Love
saw
them.
you turn green that night eating peach
I
rings.
haven't eaten any since then, and I thinking about it, I'm kind of getting a little nauseous. I think
You're gonna have to
I
find a new
crossed the
favorite.
point of no return, and I've ruined something I really loved. So
I think your
gonna be-
biology has some sort of clock that's the amount of peach rings you can do in a lifetime, and I think you just ran past it that night.
One night.
I just busted through the barrier.
I don't eat candy because I have more of a savory than a sweet.
Yeah.
But around this time of year when there's like the little things,
Fun size.
the Mr. Good bars with the little peanuts inside the chocolate,
nice
so they're
that's a
savory
nice
and sweet
candy
right
bar.
there, right?
And you know, the only time I see Mr. Good bars is around Halloween
In the little fun packs.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Hot tamales.
Oh, that's mine too.
I mean, they're so good.
They are good.
But see, that's a year round.
Yeah, that's not
No,
just.
no.
I was thinking more like when the bowl's out
Yeah.
there. Am
What
I
are
digging
you-
for
what-
anything? I'm digging for the gold bar.
Yeah.
The good
Bulls
bar.
out, you know.
When you
something with a
want
nut.
to check
Snicker.
Cohen's bag for
Yeah.
I just want to check make sure.
But
you
yeah,
can't-
I don't
you're
know.
really-
Peanut allergies. Let me grab all these good bars.
You're taking all the Mr. Good, all the Snickers, and all the Hershey's Kisses. He's got nothing left but a bunch of weird
Oh, man.
taffies.
I haven't answered yet because I still am going through all the options in my brain. But I think as a child, I'm going to go with 3, please. I liked Charleston chews if I put them in the freezer. Yeah.
Charleston
You're
chews.
a
Put them in
1,000
the
years
freezer
old.
and eat.
And
What?
she also, ironically, would watch Charles in Charge while she ate her Charleston chews, and it was just a whole thing.
Joy,
Yeah,
if
that is
you
such an old lady.
if you say Boston baked beans, I'm gonna honestly
No.
think you were born
Yeah.
in a different era
Seriously,
and
I just
traveled here
like
in a time machine.
I just like to
I
get
like
penny
Werther's
candy and
Originals.
some hardtack.
Do you?
Werther's Originals are delicious.
I only eat
those
them out
are
of
really good.
obligation.
Yeah.
To the elderly.
I don't have to eat them anymore because all my grandparents died.
Werther's, I don't have a sweet tooth. I like it. I like the butterscotch. The butterscotch little candies as well.
Oh,
Not
those are
bad.
delightful.
And they
Those little
last for
discs.
so long. They don't go away so quickly.
I could get through a whole church service with one butterscotch.
If I had enough quarters from brushing my mom's hair, she would give us a quarter for brushing it for like 15 minutes.
Okay,
I
that's
would
weird.
I would go dig and get
How quick can we get your mom on the show to ask her why she
Ask Joy's mom button.
Your mother is a delightful lady.
She is a
from
lovely.
first-hand experience. But
She
I will
was a
say,
scammer growing up.
I will say, brushing your hair for 25 cents is one. It's not a very good deal for the kid. I don't even. But two, it's just a
No.
weird exchange. Like it's a weird thing to ask.
I know.
It's like
But here's the funny part. And my mother does listen to this podcast, so she'll hear it. It's true. She still asks me to brush her hair. It's like her favorite thing in the world. But our 7-Eleven was right behind my childhood house.
Yeah.
And so she had to limit me on how many quarters, I could get. But I loved Skor bars. Do you remember those? SKOR or something? They
You
were like
are-
hard toffee with chocolate around it.
No.
Yes.
What a terrible
Oh, man.
taste you have for candy. I mean,
and then if I
you
only had a
picked-
nickel, I would get Bazooka gum because they had fun comics.
But
No,
here's
no,
the
no,
thing.
Bazooka, the flavor's gone in 17 seconds.
And it's hard as
Oh, I know,
rocks.
but it was like it was a bang for your buck kind of thing. I'm like, I get a piece of gum and a comic.
You are an
Joy, do you
interesting
realize
kid.
that all 3 candies you chose are not made anymore, and we can't be sure that the health department
They
didn't have
only
something
get
to do with
sold
that.
in like those old timey novelty candy stores.
Yeah.
I know, and I get so excited.
There's an old abandoned Little League concession stand somewhere that's like a gold mine for Joy.
Oh man,
That's funny. All right, what do you have, Eddie?
More than half of Americans say that the presidential election is stressing them out. According to the Stress in America survey conducted by the American Psychological Association, 52% of Americans are actually experiencing stress because of this election cycle. It's equally concerning amongst men and women and Republicans and Democrats, but the big differentiation is when it comes to age groups. People who are millennials and, in quote, more mature, 56% and 59% respectively of those groups were the most likely to say that the election was somewhat or a very significant source of stress for that. So they're saying it's due to like the 24-hour news cycle and, of course, all of the topics being covered. But I thought that was very interesting because I find myself really engaged in this and interested, but I'm not at all stressed about it.
The news cycle thing is something I don't watch the news ever, and I have found myself watching the news.
Yeah.
This matters as right now.
Yeah.
And I have noticed this pattern of like, we will do an interview with someone, or we will bring this item, and then immediately after we have a panel prepared to now argue about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's literally 2 versus 2, and literally everything about the news now isn't reporting, isn't covering. It's people arguing. And so like I'm just thinking about my normal life. If I was I don't hang out with people who are just always arguing with each other. You know what I mean? Like that's actually a toxic environment to be in. Yeah, we invite that into our homes every night watching the news, the way that they're doing the news right now.
Well, I feel like I'm missing something because a lot of people and a lot of my friends, you can just see the escalation of the anxiety that if this person wins, then, or if this person is not the president, then the country is just going to go to, heck for whatever reason. Yeah. But there's like, I don't feel, I have strong political opinions, but at the end of the day, whatever happens, I think we're going to be fine. And I don't actually, so I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe it's just go ahead, Joy.
Well, I would just say for me, I've always been fascinated by politics and watching debates, and I've felt like you, Eddie. However, this one, I'm not watching the news all day or anything, but the last debate that happened, I was actually on a flight and they had live streaming TV. So probably 80% of the flight was watching the debates. And I was weirded out by how much my heart was racing. And I really did feel anxiety around it.
I think that no matter where you stand politically, the level of debate
vitriol.
It's
like both
There's
sides.
no civility.
Yeah. And that's been very difficult to watch.
Well, because I think automatically you think when you see such a lack of civility, not just among, the discussions between politicians, but between the followers of politicians, that there's no civility.
That's the tougher thing. Well, that's the thing. It's like it wasn't the interview or the news item itself that was contentious. It was like, now we're going to lob it to a panel to argue.
Yeah. And
like there was no civility in that.
Yeah. Because I think part of the reason that a large portion of, over half of the American people find that stressful is because there's no sense of closure this time around. At least in other elections, it felt like, okay, when all is said and done, we're going to have a new leader and we're all going to band together and we're all going to figure this out. But the stakes seem so much higher because the whole, discussion, like the level of discussion has been taken to these crazy extremes where you feel like neither side is going to play nice with the other once this is all said and done.
Oh, yeah, we haven't
I think that's why it's so stressful. It's like we know that the debates are going to end. This is the last one just happened. If you're listening to this, most likely the election's going to happen. We're going to choose a new leader. But unlike past years, the other side isn't just going to take things lying down. That's how it seems. And maybe that's a perception created by a media that wants to put conflict in prime time.
Well, and just imagine when either president tries to get a Supreme Court nominee like elected, not elected. That's not the right word, but appointed.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever wins, that's going to be just another completely insane. Maybe I am anxious. I don't know. I'm getting anxious.
You sound anxious.
There's going to be
your
some
demeanor has changed in the room.
You're sweating.
You've crossed your arms. I mean, like seriously, your
Swaying.
physical demeanor has changed as you've talked about this.
Yeah.
You're rocking in your chair.
But Cameron, I think what you said is so right. Is that it's just this constant talking over each other
about the ghost drone.
What did you say?
It's good investment.
She's literally talking over each other, and you talked over her to make a ghost drone joke.
Continue, Joy.
Wrong. A ghost drone is the best. Next.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. Is like it's just like, and these not poor. It's their own bed; they have to lie in it. But these like anchors that their only job now is just like kind of trying to steer these debate conversations, these argument conversations of these panels. I mean, it's just like
and they know that they'll get better ratings if they're the most controversial. So it just heightens this thing of like we're just going to focus on the newest thing that's released about each candidate and how terrible it is, and it's just so combative that even if you don't care about politics and you're just hearing that or sensing that in your peripheral, you can't not be a little bit heightened in your anxiety.
Yeah, my least favorite response has been when people, and you can see people, they always start their Facebook posts with, I wasn't going to say anything, but, and then it's like 2 paragraphs.
But I'm going to say everything.
But it's finally, but my least favorite response is the stop worrying, God's got this. Because I know that's true. But I don't think that actually lowers people's anxiety. I think it just basically makes people feel like, well, just what you're feeling isn't important. Like, don't be anxious like that. It's like we know God's sovereign and has got this, and America is.
It's almost like telling somebody who's upset, calm down.
Yeah,
I mean that's not helpful.
Yeah, you're like, I know you're right, but it doesn't feel helpful.
In a democracy, we have an active role in this. You know what I mean? Yeah, God is still sovereign, but we also have free will, and we also have established a political system where our amount of activity plays a large role in who is going to be in power. So some of it is on us, and I'm not saying that God isn't in control, but
he's not going to fill out our ballot for us.
Yeah, exactly.
No, register to vote.
But it kind of comes back to what you were saying about peacekeepers versus peacemakers, and I think a lot of people who are you have an aversion to conflict can default to that statement that you're saying, Jesse. But it's like, but what is our responsibility?
Yeah,
there you go.
Good luck, America.
All right, what do you have, Joy?
Well, let's see. I had a thought back when you were talking about your party, Cameron, back to the Halloween. It's a weird transition, I know, but I just didn't want to forget. I think if you wanted to keep it really holy, you could call it your Hollyween party.
Oh no!
Yeah, no.
my God.
Well, the last.
Thank goodness you held on to that for 25
That's the
minutes.
most sacrilegious thing you can say.
We'll just brainstorm it a little bit, but
we'll workshop it. I mean, we're not going to say no, but I don't think we'll do that.
It's like Jesse and I have had a couple brainstorming meetings this week, and he'll throw some out. This is a really bad idea. And in brainstorming meetings 101 is there's no bad ideas.
Yeah.
But there's a couple where I'm like, let's just put a period on that sentence. We're not going to go down that.
Then there is no umbrella of mercy.
Let's just not waste any time
So
exploring
what do you
this one.
say you don't want to pay $100,000 to get chickenfight.com back? I've got the quote right here.
Not owned by Burger King anymore.
Nope.
Did the Wyos look up? It was interesting.
Yeah, they let it lapse too.
I just want to know if I'm the first person that came up with Hollyween, or if some church has tried to veer off from Harvest.
I can't say this with certainty, and I know that people on Twitter don't like it when I speak in things that are moderately factual. But yes, you are not the only person that's come up with that. There's just no way.
Oh.
I just Googled Hollyween. Catholic #1 article from the Telegraph, UK. Catholic exorcists call for Hollyween to replace Halloween.
Wow,
Halloween is evil, says
evil.
Vatican, and should be replaced with Hollyween. The Vatican even called for it in 2014.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Vatican was ahead of me. Okay. All right. How do you guys feel about vanity license plates or just specialized license plates?
I love them.
They're a big deal in California.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the norm. You have your own license plate in California.
What?
I noticed, but I think it's just a
Like
part.
QT pie.
Yeah, it depends on what part of the country you're in. They're not that common down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of them. It's like getting to play cool puzzles while you're driving in the car. you know?
And then you're so focused on that, you don't see the red light.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get lots of
He's
access.
plowed into a ton of vanity license plates, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I'll say this. Cutie Pie.
Sorry again.
Yeah, sorry again, Cutie Pie. I'm not stopping to pull over to help because you lured me into this with your clever use of letters and numbers on that license plate. So hopefully you got good
All right.
insurance.
Well, for whatever reason, I've always had an aversion to them. They just bother me. But then also in Oregon, we have tons of different like backgrounds. Do you guys have that, or do you just have like one standard Florida plate?
We got custom.
Ton of, like 50 of them.
Yeah.
It's too many.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we don't have 50, but this guy, Steve Burrell, just launched a Kickstarter campaign for a new license plate background in Oregon. Are you guys familiar with the famous Portland airport carpet?
Of course. There's a whole Instagram account.
Instagram account, all of that. Yeah.
You can buy pictures of it in the gift shop.
Yeah, I have socks that are the print of the carpet. And actually, it was last year or the year before. Apparently it had been in the process for like 5 years. So before the carpet got really popular, they were like, okay, well, in like 5 or 6 years, we're going to have to replace the carpet. So they had this poor soul. She redesigned the carpet, and it's like an updated, worse version of the carpet. And she started designing it, and then it was like ordered, and it takes years. And so during that time, the carpet got super popular, but then they had already bought the new carpet and replaced it, and it was this uproar and whatever. So Portlanders have a very strong connection to this carpet. And so this guy decided to combine the Terry Courier's Keep Portland Weird slogan. You know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. They want to combine that phrase with the graphic of the carpet and then create a new license plate background. I'm really pumped about it. If they get, he's not doing so well right now. There's only $3,500 posted of a $155,000 goal. But if you live in Oregon, this is obviously for Oregonians, please support this because it could be a really sweet license plate background.
I'm going to say no, don't support it. I think it's a cool...
We're going to put a period in that sentence.
I'm going to say this. I have an issue with license plates in general. I don't think the government needs to keep track of my vehicles. I don't agree with state inspections. I don't even agree with a lot of the laws of the road. I think you're out there. Okay, here's the thing.
You put up the guardrails.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I think we go out there first thing. For my proposal, we get rid of lane lines. Don't need them. Okay?
Don't need them. I can get down with guardrails, can't you?
Obviously, guardrails. I mean, because it's sort of a bumper car situation out there in this vision of utopia.
I'm 100% with you.
I don't need Uncle Sam telling me how fast I should go or where I should stop at an intersection.
100%.
Okay, much less putting a number on my car. They can dress it up with fancy carpet patterns all they want. I see what they're doing. This is just leading the way to the mark of the beast. Just let me drive my car, be on my way as the American patriot.
You know what's
that
next?
I am.
Putting the license plate on our bodies.
Yeah. Hey, how about this? You know what would be really cute, Joy? If I got a little thing on the back of my hand or my forehead.
Yeah.
That'll be required for all transactions. It'll say 666. But don't worry, it's got a Portland airport carpet on it, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
All right, well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Tim Tebow joins us. You're listening to Sia. It's featuring Kendrick Lamar. The song is The Greatest, and I did not choose this because our next guest might just be. This week's feature interview is brought to you by ZipRecruiter.com. Hey, are you hiring? Do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates, I can tell you. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the job sites, and now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. You can find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll into ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 1 million businesses. Right now, Relevant Podcast listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. by going to ziprecruiter.com/relevant. That's ziprecruiter.com/relevant. One more time, to try it for free, go to ziprecruiter/relevant. Tim Tebow is a Heisman Trophy winning former college quarterback, a former NFL quarterback, a TV personality, and is currently pursuing a career in professional baseball playing in the minor leagues. He has a new book out called Shaken, where he describes what it's like getting cut by NFL teams, dealing with disappointments, and the dangers of having your identity wrapped up in things other than God's purpose for your life. Our very own Aaron Hambury recently talked with Tebow about his journey, the new book, and why his story is relatable to anyone facing hardships while looking for their calling. Here is part of that conversation.
What's your big thing right now, man? I mean, I know you've got the TV deal and baseball and this book coming out. What are you excited about?
As one necessarily different than the other. I look at kind of the same as I give you a platform, whether it's with sharing this book and being able to write, or it's with the curriculum or the Bible study off of it, or playing baseball, or being able to be on ESPN or SB Nation. I mean, it's all just an opportunity for something that I really enjoy to share. The story of what God's just doing in my life, and the ups and downs, and the highs and lows, and all of it.
Tell me this. You build the book around the being cut from the Patriots, and that kind of being this low point of your NFL career, or of that chapter of the story, so to speak, and then kind of the aftermath of that, and identity, et cetera, et cetera. How the book, of course, is called Shaken. Can you describe how shaken were you when that happened? I mean, was this a significant struggle for you emotionally, spiritually? How long did that last? What was that like?
Make the choices from whose you were rather than just what you do. And for so much of my life up to that point, what I did was I was an athlete as a football player. But you have to realize that at that moment, it was no one wanted me to do what I wanted to do. And for me, it was going back to Florida with no house, no car, no job, and couldn't do what I wanted to do. And so it's really digging down into my identity of who I was in my relationship with Christ. But at the same time, all right, go back to what God says about me, go back to the Bible, go back to the Scripture, go back to diving into all of it, and really finding who I was, and at that time making the choices, because it's not necessarily, and we touch on it quite a bit in the book, but it's not, we all go through highs and lows in our emotions all the time, right? But you can't let your emotions dictate your choices and dictate who you are, because you don't always feel like doing the right thing. You don't always feel like getting up and go to work. You still got to do it, and so it's not letting those emotions dictate the way the rest of your world works. So being able to come back and make the choices from that moment, a moment where I thought, hey, I am going to New England, I'm going to play behind one of the best of all time, and I'm going to start with Super Bowl. It's going to be great. Yeah, God, this is the plan you had for me. I knew it all along. And then when that didn't work out, I was like, wait a second. God, I thought we were off to go win 2 Bowls. He's like, oh, I got something else for you.
Do you think you learned something new about your identity in that season, or were you drawing on stuff you already knew, had already learned?
I think that's a really good question. This one has been asked that, but I think
I bring the quality questions. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like it. I do. I think probably both. I think a lot of it is drawing on so many things that I learned growing up from my parents and from church and from everything. So I think there's so much of that. But then I think at times you learn, about what God's doing in your own life and who, what He's done in your heart at different times. I think so. It honestly was both.
So what is that? How is that same the same lesson you learned about identity kind of carrying you through this next season, the past few years, where you're doing different things. You're on TV. There's the new baseball experiment. Obviously, you're speaking and writing and doing all that. Do you think that has the reverse effect? No, not the reverse isn't the right term here. So in the season where it had to pick you up, and help you ground you in your identity in a season of loss, does it also help you in a season of success stay humble?
That's right, because you know that God's in control. You know that your identity is not found in what you do, and so you can go out and go after certain things like baseball because you feel like it's put on your heart. And when a lot of people say, well, you won't be able to succeed, that's too hard to be able to pick up something you haven't done in 12 years. But at the same time, it's like, well, God put this on my heart, then He did that for a reason. And it's okay to go after what's on your heart because, perfect love casts that off fear, and I get to serve God that loves me perfectly,
So you're pretty noted, obviously, for caring about kids in particular, but even especially kids who are either terminally sick or have some kind of disability and those kind of things. Where does that come from? Why is that a particular draw to your heart?
In the Philippines, and the whole village looked at him like he was cursed, and being able to share the love of Jesus with that boy and to see what instant faith can do, and just to see how that village looked at him and how his life was different, how he was pretty much an outcast because he was born with his feet on backwards. That happens all the time in America, but they just take him right to the hospital and they get it worked on. And, but now that's why we have the hospital in the Philippines that we carry kids in and they get a chance to walk out, but not only with physical healing, but also with spiritual healing and emotional healing, and to be able to know that there's a God that loves them and has a plan for them and that they actually matter, it changes people's lives. But to do that in any way possible, in any way that we can possibly do that, we want to do that. I mean, I get a chance to, have a wish kid tonight and have dinner with someone fighting for their life and be able to celebrate them today and tomorrow. And it's just what matters. And it's a platform that has shared it with kids, but at the same time, it's the greatest thing that I can do probably that matters the most. And in the long run, I want to have a life that is significant by being able to touch other people's lives.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me about the baseball thing. I know that's obviously kind of new. Like, what's your thought? Are you enjoying it? You think is this just kind of like almost a side project for you? How are you viewing the whole thing?
No, I love it. It's been a lot of fun. It's something I did, growing up and life, and so, given a chance to really pursue one of my childhood dreams, I think it's awesome, and I'm really enjoying it. And at the same time, get used to it. It's so different than football and we trained and played, but it's been really fun. So, yeah.
How did you decide to pursue it?
Well, it's just something that you're not going to be able to play sports forever, and you got to give athletic ability. And so when the opportunity came up, and I thought, man, I might have a chance to really do this thing. I wanted to go after it and not be afraid of all the downsides of what people would say or why you can't do it, but just go after something that you love just pursue what's on your heart.
Do you see it becoming? Is your goal currently to make baseball your full-time thing? I mean, work your way up the system and play it full-time?
Yeah, that's the goal.
For sure. If that doesn't work out, is there like another thing? Like are we like a guitar playing kind of thing, or like
guitar? It'll be Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero thing. I'm sure if you search YouTube long enough, you could find some professional competition in Guitar Hero that might be able to.
I believe you.
you might be able to break into. So, I mean, are you? This is like a deep dive back and kind of into the book, I guess, a little bit. But with the baseball thing, are you prepared to not succeed in a way that happened with NFL, or are you finding yourself more guarded with how much you kind of invest emotionally in baseball, or how are you approaching that? Does that make sense, what I'm asking?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think so at all. I think you have to go after things with all that you have. That's how I'm doing baseball, how I do football. You go after it with everything, with all of your heart, with your emotions, with everything. Because that's the only way when you're all said and done to look back on it with no regret. A lot of people live life, one foot in, one foot out because they don't want to fail, because they don't want to look good, because they don't want to. They're nervous about the failure falling on their face, and that's not even the worst case. The worst case is not to give everything you have. The worst case is to look back one day and say, what if? And I just don't want to be that person that looks back and says, what if? But no, I want to live and play and compete with the rest of the abandon.
So tell me, we can kind of wrap up, closing with this, but when it comes to the book and you decide to write a book about being, vulnerable about these lower points in your public life, what went into your thought process of wanting to be kind of face head on what everybody had in the sports world at least had been watching?
Well, I wanted to be an encouragement for people. I wanted to be an encouragement for people that they go through highs and lows, but when you have an identity in Christ, you won't be shaken. That, when you do feel like things are shaking around you, at least your identity and your foundation can be solid because you know what God says about you, and have that be an encouragement that life's not always going to be easy, but with Jesus, it's always going to be worth it. And just to be able to be an encouragement to the people that pick this book up, that they can read it and they can walk away just a little bit more encouraged and determined and ready to take on all the obstacles that the world's going to throw at them, because it's not going to be easy. But hopefully, this can be something that they can read that will be a good read. But I didn't do it so it'd be a good read. I did it so that they could walk away, hopefully just a little bit more ready to take on everything that they're going to have to go through.
That was Tim Tebow. Make sure to check him out on Twitter at Tim Tebow. And his new book, Shaken, comes out on Tuesday.
Relevant podcast listener, my name is Oliver Crisp. If you're interested in more resources to cultivate a deeply formed spiritual life, visit Fuller Studio. This free website houses podcasts, videos, stories, and other resources on such topics as reconciling race, Muslim-Christian dialogue, and psychology and faith, with such features as an exclusive film of Bono and Eugene Peterson discussing the Psalms, all available for you to use freely for any purpose. Explore now at fuller.edu/studio. That's fuller.edu/studio.
You're listening to The Flaming Lips. The song is The Castle. Okay, so we're going to call it a mulligan. We're changing the format of the show a little bit. Normally right now we would have our second segment. We usually have, our feature interview, then we'd have a band, or we'd have some other thing, a game maybe. And then coming up after this, we would have feedback.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that this week. We're going to combine the segment and feedback because it's Halloween. right
Amen.
now. Holy Ween week
Sticking.
coming up.
Hallowed be thy
And
name.
the Pope, he texted me, he wanted me to start coining it. So
I thought when he
I
you know
thought
when
I
he
could
said
coin
it
but it was the Pope.
when I heard it from the Pope, I thought it was the best idea I ever heard.
You should call it Holy Ween.
So anyway, with Halloween coming up, we asked you for our question of the week last week. For your kind of most memorable Halloween costume experience or whatever. We got talking this week at the office, and we're actually really what we want to know is your Halloween horror stories. So you guys met on the podcast this week. You met our new social media czar, Chelsea Steele.
Hello.
And Chelsea's joining us.
Chelsea.
She just came in, and so she tweeted from the podcast
How'd you know
account.
she came in? I can barely see her.
You can't?
No, I can't. I see a head floating. That's all I see.
Oh, because she's wearing a camo T-shirt.
It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. Good one, Dad.
Hey, Chandler,
Ba-dum-ching.
can I make a suggestion that you make a dad joke button that it just that just says this? That just says dad joke. Bonk, bonk. And you can play it at various times.
I feel like it would be going
I will
off
do
throughout
that.
the entire podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it needs
For my
but
Holy Ween joke.
Yeah, but I feel like the person who said the dad joke needs to know, and you need to. It's a shamey. It's a button of shame.
Yeah.
Dad joke.
So you're all for this. When you read the Scarlet Letter back in high school,
I
that
thought
book,
I up
you
until
thought,
the
"They're
end.
onto
Up
something."
until the end, I was like, "This is great. I'm really digging this."
Yeah,
you know?
shame.
This is a really, really
You
good
did
way
it.
to get a point
It's
across.
effective.
You did it, and people need to know you did it.
The public,
we need to call it out.
Your community needs to know, and that's
The
I want
fear
him
of
to
the
fear.
shaming keeps people on the straight and narrow. So you're saying the dad joke button would keep us on the straight and narrow because we don't want to be gone.
I'll say this: when Eddie,
It's like
when,
the Gong
when,
Show.
when Chelsea walked in there with the camo shirt,
Yeah.
and Eddie in his
eyes
head,
The wheels
was
were
like,
turning.
I'm going to make a camo shirt joke.
100%. The
I,
moment I saw her, I knew there was only one thing I could say.
And Cameron, I don't think there's a dad joke button loud enough on this that Chandler could create that would have prevented that from happening.
Yeah.
No.
But I do feel like
Maybe it's
I
because
feel like
you don't,
it's needed.
Maybe you don't understand the joke. The joke is that you can't see camo, and so it's hard to see her, and she's
Let me break
wearing
it down
camo.
for you.
Yeah. That's all
And
right.
I'll say this: it's not only male cast members that can make a dad joke. It's
Oh, no.
just called a dad joke.
It's a category of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your mission, Chandler.
Dad
And I
joke.
want a button in front of me too.
Yeah, but I also want like a real quick clip from like a TV dad on there. So it's like dad joke.
Yeah, it
and
needs
then
to be
it's-
something. It needs to be anything Bob Saget said from America's Funniest Home Videos. So literally anything, and then
Yeah.
you can have it.
So we combined so we were talking about, man, we actually want horror stories, and we
Yeah.
and we thought. So Chelsea went on the Twitter this week, and she asked you guys
Twitter.
for your Halloween horror stories. You guys wrote her back. She selected a few people to come on the show today and share with us their Halloween.
Chelsea, I
horror
have a question. Do you ever brush your mom's hair?
I do not.
Yeah.
Did she ever pay? Did she ever ask you to and offer to pay
Just
you?
say yes, Chelsea. Just say yes.
There's a woman on the show whose mom paid her $100 an hour to brush her hair.
I heard great parenting advice this past week. Don't ever do for your child something they can do for themselves, right? Don't ever do something for your kid that they can do for themselves. I feel that way. I feel that Joy's mom should have.
Don't
Joy,
do for
child
your
do for
don't
you
do
what
for your
you-
mom what she can do for herself. That's what I'm saying.
I disagree with that advice.
Really?
I do. I don't disagree with it like strongly, but I think there's like the little middle ground, and it's like, but also be graceful and do things for him that make him really happy. Like even Lucy really hate clearing their dishes after breakfast, and I'm not quite sure.
You're
of it.
lazy and entitled.
Right. Yeah, we always make them do it, but this morning
Eddie, I was with you up until you gave the example, and like they should definitely do that.
yeah. Well, it's like, no, a better example with them is they don't like brushing my hair, but I give them.
Can you blame them?
I give them $100 a week.
I give them 100 grand.
Hey,
Ironically, 2/3 of the Halloween horror stories are actually stories of children having to comb their parents' hair. So it's time for, without further ado. So you went on the Twitter this week and asked them what happened.
The Twitter. Dad joke.
Yes.
Recurring dad joke.
Went on the Twitter, asked people for their Halloween horror stories, particularly pertaining to their costumes. For example, my freshman year in high school, I didn't get the cute girl memo. That's usually the transition in life when girls start dressing up as cute things versus like, I don't know,
No, I know what you're saying, but I don't like it. I
I
always
don't either.
respect the
It's
woman
not-
that shows up dressed as like a robot.
Well, then you will appreciate this. I came dressed up in 2007 as Bald Britney.
Hilarious.
And I thought it was a great idea.
It's a wonderful idea.
Timely.
That's hilarious.
Thank
It's
you.
a great idea,
I
period.
may do that this
Thank
year.
you. You should.
People will get it. You got to have the umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could just, it's great.
Yeah.
Every picture, charged toward them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a few people who wrote in and told us their Halloween horror story.
And so you selected a few of them to come on the show today.
We did.
All right, who's up first?
First up, we have Nathan, who had a more or less traumatic experience as a new believer
Nathan,
at a Christian party.
welcome to the Relevant Podcast.
Hi, thank you.
Where are you calling us from?
Right now I'm in Billings, Montana.
Oh, that's lovely.
Hey, I was just up there.
Great.
Are you
I'm
at-
at the Foursquare Church here in town.
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
like Foursquare
notice
the
this.
game or Foursquare the denomination?
At the denomination.
Dad joke.
That joke. Boom.
Hey, Nathan, I want to.
It's a VFW hall. They have a Foursquare tournament going on.
I want to apologize. Eddie's been on a dad joke hot streak, and
Yeah.
it's offended a lot of people. So don't let those throw it
Nathan,
off your game.
Nathan, what's your job at the Foursquare?
I'm a youth pastor.
Cool. Nathan, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is your Halloween horror story?
Well, I was in a youth group back when I was a teenager, and of course we had a Halloween party.
Wait,
and
what did they call
decided-
it? What did they call the Halloween party?
You know what? They actually called it a Halloween party, believe it or not.
Progressive.
Progressive.
Wow. You went to a liberal
Yeah.
denomination.
Very liberal.
I
Yeah.
hope you left that
That's
church.
exactly
I hope you left that heretical
It
church.
was, yeah, it was like Universal Berkeley Church.
Like what?
It was a 5-square church.
Right, exactly. Well, it
Endless
was only so
squares.
progressive, but we still had to dress up as some sort of Bible character.
Ooh.
So they called it a Halloween party, but a requirement was that you had to dress up from someone from the Bible.
That's right. That's right.
But demons are in the Bible.
Exactly.
Satan's in the Bible.
Great
yeah.
transition here. Nathan, what did you decide to dress up as?
Well, I racked my brain trying to figure out what to go as, and I realized I had some white makeup and some black hairspray, so I decided to go as the Antichrist.
Yikes. Nathan. Nathan.
Strong choice. Strong choice.
Bold move, man.
So you walk in. It's a lot of Josephs, a couple Moseses. There's a Mary and a Martha over there.
Yeah.
Can I just say this real quick? To Nathan's credit, here's the thing: if you have to go to, if you're a guy, especially, and you have to go to like a Halloween party dressed as a Bible character, every costume's the same. You'd be like, "Who are you?" Joseph.
Yeah,
It's a robe. It's a robe with a rope around the
thank
middle.
you. Exactly.
Noah.
It's, unless you're Adam, which you're just wearing a leaf, or like an
Right.
angel, you're all the same. So I'm sure you stuck out.
Well, yes. I had a black shirt on, black pants. I had a white face. Kind of looked more like a vampire maybe than the Antichrist, but also took my Bible, and this is, I guess, kind of courageous, but I put a book cover over it, and
no.
I called it the Satanic Bible, drew a pentagram on it.
Nathan.
Wow.
Hey, Nathan. Usually I'm not the guy that goes down this path, but that is actually super messed up. I was with you up until that moment.
So Nathan, I have a question. So you're there, you're dressed as like a vampire Antichrist with a satanic Bible in hand.
Why didn't you just cover up another book?
Which
But
is an
whatever.
actual Bible that you defaced. What was the reaction from all these Josephs walking around?
Well, actually, they handled it pretty well. I mean, there was a lot of, so what are you? Oh, I'm the Antichrist. Oh, and they turned around and walked away, but that's really as harsh as it ever got.
Wow, you are the reason that next year when they were announcing the party, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna have just a positive Bible character."
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah,
Who was your favorite saint?
yeah.
And then he shows up as
Any
Saint
of the
Pablo,
authors
and
of
it's
the
like, oh
gospel.
man.
Where's easy?
Yeah. Well, that's great. Congratulations on making it through that and the church not shunning you, and now you're in ministry. Thanks, Nathan.
Edgy
Thanks,
Nathan.
Nathan.
Edgy Nathan. That was awesome.
All right, Chelsea, who is our final Halloween horror story?
Last up, we have Mallory. Mallory had plans to dress up with her friends and ended up going alone.
Hey, Mallory.
Welcome to the show, Mallory.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Mallory, there are people listening to this show right now.
Just so you know.
Like, so what you say may
Possibly
be
your
heard.
employer.
Yeah.
Well,
boss and all of
I
your
am
friends.
at work right now.
Where?
So
Where do you work?
hopefully-
What city are you calling us from?
I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Originally from south of Dallas, though. I went to school up here. But right now I currently work for Walmart, the home office here.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
Pig Suey.
Have you tried Diet Dr. Thunder? It's a soda made by Walmart, and it's unbelievable.
It only costs a quarter.
There's nothing more that I hate than that.
I don't even know how to move on with you, but I'm glad.
More than sin. She hates it more than she hates sin and evil.
You don't.
Yeah, I think the devil created it.
Oh, wow.
Mallory.
Yeah.
You are a mouth.
She's got a mouth on her.
Yeah. Yeah, Lee.
Tell us about your Halloween horror story.
Okay, so senior year of college 2 years ago, I was going to hang out with my friends. They were going to have like a mini party and just like watch movies or whatever. And they were like, oh, let's all dress up and have fun. And I was like, sweet. Chipotle is having this thing where if you dress up, you can go in and get a free burrito. I was like, what's better than free burritos for college kids?
The Burrito promotion is different this year.
Yes.
Now it's like you can get a $3 burrito.
Oh,
it's
God.
it's not free anymore.
It was $2 last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Get
Well
real
done.
inflation.
Well, so I go to none other than Walmart to pick out my outfit, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to dress up as one of the greatest hip hop artists alive, Snoop Dogg.
Obviously.
So I bought like some sweats, this really sweet like gold lion chain because
Yeah.
it was like during the phase of Snoop Lion.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
thought,
that
you were
worked
going to
pretty
say
well.
there was like an actual pre-packaged Snoop Dogg Halloween costume.
If only there was. So I'm in my bathroom. I'm getting ready. I'm braiding up my hair. My friend texts me and is like, hey, we're not dressing up. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I love Halloween. Why aren't we dressing
Woo
up?
Pig Suey.
Woo Pig Suey. Like, let's do this. And so she's like, no, we're just going to watch the movies. And so I begin to cry. I don't know why. I'm just like bawling, like, I love Halloween so much. Why aren't we going to celebrate it? And so I took all of the clothes off and changed into just like normal clothes and put this like bear hat I have on my head, went to Chipotle by myself, came home and ate the burrito by myself.
Oh,
it was terrible.
Tragic turn of events.
And you wore the bear hat by yourself just for the evening?
Yeah, my roommate tried to like console me, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to eat this burrito and go to sleep. So that's what happened.
Mallory, you really, really went dark on this evening. It's just like, let's go over and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Between us girls, did you kind of just not want to go to the thing anyhow?
Because what kind of Halloween party is sitting around and watching movies? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. It was just a bunch of people I didn't really know, so I was just like
That's what I'm
bummed
saying.
that I wasn't a kid and couldn't go trick-or-treating, I guess.
Now, I will say
This
this.
burrito will be my friend.
I feel like there's something that we need to discuss with Mallory, that she just had lying around her home. A bear hat that could pass as a Halloween costume, just like at her disposal.
Well, yeah.
It's pretty sick. I still have it, yeah.
But you just have that just in case a situation like this arises.
No, anytime she's just home on her Friday night and sad and doesn't have plans, she puts on her sad bear and eats a burrito by herself.
None of my friends want to dress up with
The year before, I dressed up as Barry Styles, so I just wore like really posh, cool clothes and wore the hat, but it wasn't as cool as
Mallory,
Snoop Dogg.
Were you sad as Barry Styles? Because to me, it's a sad hat now. It's just that's
Well,
what it is.
I work in youth ministry, so
Okay.
it all passes.
Mallory, let me ask you this. This is $1 million question. This is $1 million
Okay.
question here. You've had this terrible experience. You've got the bear hat. You've had a couple creative costumes. Have you decided what you're going to be this year?
I have one costume that I've wanted to dress up as since I was in high school, but I would have to buy something, which I hate buying stuff. But I guess I'll tell you guys. But if anybody steals this, I'm going to be pretty bummed.
There are about 500,000 people
There are
listening
people
right now.
listening.
Oh, really? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I want to go as a hot dog vendor, but the opposite of a hot dog vendor. So dress up as a hot dog and wrap like Barbie dolls in foil and act like I'm selling Barbie dolls.
All right. Well,
Can I just say, Mallory? Mallory, if you literally would have given me 1 million guesses, like if you could said, listen,
A million.
a
Full million.
like
and you're even playing hot and cold with the guesses.
Yeah.
I give you forward. No, I'm going to dress up as a hot dog that's vending tiny cooked humans. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm just really curious. Like, was there a point in time where something happened that you were like, I've got it? Like, what happened right before?
I just like to one-up people, so I don't really know what the point was, but I just thought that would be awesome.
Here's the other curious thing about this scenario is you preface it as I'm going to have to buy something, which makes me think that you have every other thing you need to make this costume come a reality, except for one item. Like you have a hot dog vending cart at your disposal. You just don't have like the Barbies or something.
Right. Plenty of tinfoil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good luck on that costume.
That image, I know.
Please,
I can't shake it.
Valerie, if you do, please tweet us a picture. We'd love to see it.
I will. Okay, yeah, this will be the year that I do it.
All right.
I'm out
Bye.
now.
Thanks. All right,
Bye,
Chelsea,
thanks.
that was
Incredible.
Those are great friends.
That was fun.
Great
good
friends.
selection.
I love them.
Okay, that was. Hey, if you guys aren't following Relevant Magazine on Instagram, you
What are you
should
doing?
because
Yeah.
Chelsea is running it now, and the Insta stories are worth the follow.
They are.
Yeah, and it's like a floating head in every snap
Yeah.
because she wears
Yeah.
camouflage shirts.
Yeah,
It's
so-
crazy.
I'm punching his dad.
Dad joke button.
Yeah, there needs to be strikes too with this system. Like I don't know what the penalty for
Demerit
3
fine.
is. Yeah,
You really were rooting for the people who made her wear the A, weren't you? You were a Puritan. You were
letters.
rooting for the Puritan.
she shamed her family. And what? How are we supposed to de-shame the family if we can't put someone on a public pedestal and shame them as a community?
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the stocks where you throw rotten food at their face, where they're kind of shamed. Because that way, once it's said and done, you're good, man. I hit you right in the face with the tomato. You feel bad for stealing now, don't you? Okay, everyone's gonna remember it. Everyone.
You like to teach lessons.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it is. Yeah.
Hard life lessons.
Okay, it's time for this week's question of the week.
Editorial question of the week. Hey.
All right, well, even though Jesse wants to discourage this behavior for some reason.
I'm not saying discourage it. I'm saying shame it.
For this
it's up
week's-
to you. Once you're shamed, if you want to continue.
For this week's editorial question of the week, we want to know your favorite dad joke. Maybe it's your go-to, maybe it's a favorite one you've heard, but we want to know your favorite dad joke.
That's right.
You can hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, and you can also post on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com.
My prediction is that next week I'm going to hear the feedback and go like, oh, that wasn't a dad joke, but that everybody else knows it clearly was, and then I just realized.
Be like, no, you'd be like, man, that's clever. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, I got to write that down.
It's just a joke. Why would they?
That's hilarious.
Can I say my favorite visual dad joke?
What's that?
Which is not a joke to them, is belt clips on the side of pants.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's not a joke. It's just
Oh, the
utilitarian.
dad joke. You get some on your shirt, and then you
no,
give them
I know. It's a visual dad
a
joke.
little click on the nose.
I'll say this. It is an alert that a dad joke may emanate from that person.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
they're wearing the chef curries.
they're wearing
They got
chef
the braided
curries.
belt.
They got the braided belt.
Yeah.
The belt. The cell phone clip is on the side. You know to prepare
No,
yourself.
you know
for a
that
dad
if you're at a
joke.
party, sidle
Jesse-
up to this person because you're going to hear some good material.
some good singers.
Yeah.
Jesse, let me add to that. My father-in-law, not only does he have a phone belt clip, but he also has a the thing that holds your glasses on.
Brokey.
You know, but it's clear.
Because that at least is showing he doesn't want people to know he's afraid that his glasses are going to fall off.
But then he'll walk around with his glasses just suspended in air. Oh, it's special.
That's good stuff. All right, so hit us up with your favorite dad joke. There you go. We'll read our favorites on the show next week.
Or just joke.
Yeah.
I just call them
Or
jokes.
as Eddie calls them, jokes.
Jokes, yeah.
Many thanks to our show's sponsor for making this episode possible. Remember, at Squarespace, you can go to squarespace.com and enter code RELEVANT to get 10% off your first purchase there. And also, thanks to ZipRecruiter, you can try ZipRecruiter today by going to ziprecruiter.com/relevant and post jobs for free. Thanks also to Tim Tebow. Saint Tebow, we like to call him. For talking
Timmy.
to us.
And thank you for everything with the Gators, too.
Thank you for
if he's
everything he's
listening,
done.
I've never gotten to thank him. Those were great years. So
Yeah.
thanks,
And
Tim.
thank you for the frame. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you for continuing to placate Aaron and make him feel like you're his friend.
You can follow him on Twitter at Tim Tebow. And his book, Shaken, Discovering Your True Identity in the Midst of Life's Storms, is out on Tuesday, October 25th.
Yeah.
Hey, while you're online, go over and post a review of the show if you like it. And the feedback helps us and helps the show's visibility. And also, while you're on the internet, head over to relevantmagazine.com. You can subscribe today to the magazine. The new issue is shipping now. I think you're going to like it a lot. The November issue, it's fantastic. You can subscribe now for only $1 a month.
A lot of Thanksgiving recipes and holiday recipes in the magazine.
Ton. A lot of spatchcocking tips.
I love where you guys have gone with the magazine.
Yeah.
It's really like homey.
Well, we're trying to think like this time of year, what do people really need?
Yeah.
They need some tips.
That's why I think that our pumpkin-based fondue recipes we put on the cover is going to be a real winner.
Yeah,
Speaking of the cover, next week, if I'm not mistaken, was the new magazine preview.
Yeah, we will get it's a good one. This
Yeah,
one's chock
it
full.
is.
You're going to like
Can't
it. RealMagazine.com. Subscribe today.
Yeah.
All right, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Chelsea Steele.
I'm Chandler Strang.
I'm Joy Eggertreed.
We'll see you next week.
They played the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. They played the mash. It got on in a flash. They played the mash. They played the Monster Mash.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Connect with us on Twitter @RelevantPodcast and get bonus material from this episode and more at the podcast section on relevantmagazine.com. And don't forget to check the magazine out. It's available on newsstands and at the iTunes App Store, or you can subscribe online at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
It's now the mash. It's caught on in a flash. It's now the mash. It's now the Monster Mash. Now everything's cool. Drax a part of the band, and my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. Then you can Monster Mash.
So what do you say you don't want to pay $100,000 to get chickenfightbet.com back?